Hi guys, so last time we talked about how to write a descriptive paragraph. Now we're going to build on that with a narrative paragraph. Narrative is about telling a story, and it's really a descriptive paragraph plus a sequence of events or time. So let's talk a little bit about the goals. So goals in a narrative paragraph are to tell a story, to convey a lesson or an important message, or to illustrate a concept with an example. And strong narrative paragraphs do two things. They tell a compelling story and they help the reader to understand why the story is important. And you need both of those components in order for the narrative paragraph to be successful. So a narrative paragraph essentially is a descriptive paragraph plus the element of time. Sensory details are still important. You still want sight, smell, taste, touch, and hearing. And there should also be a clear sequence of events, a beginning, a middle, and an end. The beginning, you're going to talk a little bit about the context. In the middle, you're going to tell the main part of the story. And at the end, you'll finish up the story and talk a little bit about the result and the lesson. So with pre-writing, you want to analyze the prompt as always. So some keywords here you might want to look for in prompts to note a narrative might be tell me about a time when, what was the narrative. Prompts will always ask you to tell a story. How did you is another prompt that you'll often see. To select a topic, you will reverse the prompt as we did with the descriptive paragraph, and you can also probably should think about what the prompt is asking you to answer. The next step is to choose your story and message. So what did you learn? Why is the story important? What does the story illustrate? Those are questions you can ask yourself to figure out the message, which you'll use in the steps coming up. So to create the topic sentence, the first thing you're going to do is reverse the prompt. So for example, if your prompt was tell me about a time when you learned an important lesson, you might start it by going, I learned an important lesson about, and then you're going to want to put in the message. So about what? What was the message that you found in those previous questions? I learned an important lesson about blank. And then tell a brief version of the story. I learned an important lesson about blank when what happened. So then the next step is to list what happened. So what are a couple of main events in the story? You want to talk about before, because that's the best way to illustrate, especially with change. Talk a little bit about before the story to give some context. So you might ask yourself, what were you like before, or what was different about this event? You also want to remember details. They can make or break a narrative paragraph, just like with a descriptive paragraph. So you want to think about sight, sound, smells, taste, and touch, and anything you can remember like that. And you also want to think about what changed. Why did the story impact you? What lessons did you learn? And why was it important? And these questions, this pre-writing, choosing your evidence step, we will use these when we're building the paragraph in the next steps. In the middle of the exposition, the center part of the paragraph in between the topic and transition sentence, that's where you tell the story. You discuss the events in order, and you want to add descriptive details whenever you feel like they're relevant to make the description more powerful and to make the narrative paragraph sit with the reader a little bit better and make it so that it is better able to convey the story the way that you see it. In the transition sentence, you're going to sum it up. You'll want to return to the thesis, so you can briefly describe the story. When I, then talk about the meaning, like we did with the topic sentence. When I blank, I learned blank. And then discuss why it matters. And a couple of ways you can do that is to talk about how it's helped you now or how it'll help you in the future. When I blank, I learned blank, which has helped me to blank. Or when I blank, I learned blank, which will help me blank. And you can use these sentence starters in your paragraphs, by the way, if you want, if it helps you to create these sentences. So one approach to writing this type of paragraph is the following outline. You start with a topic sentence, then do the reverse the prompt plus meaning plus the short version of the story. Then for the first several sentences, you talk about before, including details. Then talk about the main event in the next several sentences. Then in the last few sentences before the transition, talk about why the event was important and what changed. And then your transition sentence will talk about why it matters. And then your next steps are to revise, edit, and proofread. So in the revise step, you're going to think, is my topic sentence clear? Are the events in order? Did I include descriptive details? Then in editing, you will especially want to look for tense shifts. It's easy to switch between past and present tense in narratives, and you want to make sure those are consistent. Otherwise, it can be really, really confusing. And you also want to look for any places where the story might be unclear, where you know what's happened, but maybe it's not clear for the reader. So kind of go back and look for those because they're really easy to do. And then finally, proofread to make sure that the grammar is correct. We have an example here. I'm going to take you through the whole process of writing one, just like we did with the descriptive paragraph. So for my example, we're analyzing the prompt. So prompt is, tell me about a time when you learned an important lesson. I've decided to focus on time management, and my message is that procrastination leads to more work on the long run. So to create my topic sentence, I'm starting with reversing the prompt. I learned an important lesson, and then add the message about time management, and briefly tell the story early in college. In this case, I didn't want to go into too much detail about it, but I could say early in college when I stayed up way too late trying to study for an exam that I ultimately failed. So then I'm selecting my evidence. So I list what happened. I used to procrastinate. I didn't have the energy to study for tests, and I got bad grades. And then I'm right about before. I didn't use my time wisely because I thought college was easy and I didn't have to put the work in. And then I'm remembering details about the event itself. So the night before the exam, it was cold, it was dark, there was the glare of the computer screen was the only light. I was panicked and tired, and I remember smelling coffee. And what changed? I learned to plan ahead, to study in small chunks, and I ultimately got better grades. So now we're going to write the exposition. So the topic sentence was, I learned an important lesson about time management early in college. So for the before step, I want to talk about what I was like before. When I first started college, I had so much freedom. It was easy to procrastinate and play games or go out with friends instead of studying. Then the event. Then exams came. I remember one night. The final was the next day. It was past midnight, and since it was December, it was cold. My husband was trying to sleep, so the lights were off, and the only light was the glare from my computer screen. I'd been studying for hours, but I couldn't seem to remember anything, and I was too tired for the cold coffee beside me to help. So you can see here I've really focused in on the details to tell the story. And then I'm going to talk about what happened next, why this matters. The next morning, the exam came and went. I was disappointed to learn that I had failed and would have to retake the class. After that, I learned to start studying early. I broke the chapters into small chunks, and I made sure to review or read each day. The next time I took that exam, and almost everyone after it, I aced it. So that tells what I learned and kind of the next steps in the story after taking us to the end of the story. Then we're going to write the transition sentence. To do that, I'm going to return to the thesis, and I'm going to briefly describe the story. I'll never forget the sense of cold failure I felt that night, and add the meaning. But the time management skills I learned, and then why it matters, helped me to not only be successful in college, but in my career after. So that takes you through how to write a narrative paragraph. And it also brings us to the end of this video lecture. This is a relatively short one. For many of you, this is going to be a relatively easy type of paragraph to write because you are basically telling a story. The main things I would watch out for is make sure you include this topic in those transition sentences, and don't assume that the reader knows the story, because it's really easy to say things that are obvious to you, but the reader may not understand why they're important or how they came to be. So go back in and explain those things, even if it means the paragraph's a little longer. That's it for this time, and good luck on your narrative paragraphs. I look forward to reading all of your stories very soon.